Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here. Welcome to another gig log. Today we're here at the Crescent Hall Event Center to help celebrate Madison and Javier's wedding. And it is a gorgeous, beautiful day in Sandy, Utah. And we're packed up with our first load and we're gonna go take it in. And today's venue is gonna be really exciting because I'm trying some new gear out. It's never been tested at a gig before. Trying out some new totems and trying some new battery-powered movers. So we're gonna see if the convenience lives up to the hype and if they are bright enough. I'm using these with a disco ball. So I've done disco balls before, but never with these movers. So it's gonna be interesting to say the least. So come on, let's go in and set up. All right, we're all loaded in. Let's set it all up. All right, we're all set up. About 45 minutes till the ceremony starts. Let's do our gear walkthrough. Okay, so we have the Evox 12s today. This is their second time being used. Of course, in all white. Did get a white cable to replace this, but the gauge was like 3 times as thick. I'm gonna keep looking for a new solution. These totems and these movers is their first time being used, but yeah, these movers are incredible. Hey, look at that. No cables. I just turned it on and that was all there was to it. They're automatically wirelessly connected. I'll show what I have as far as wireless DMX in just a moment. Also the totems, they travel pretty nicely. So far so good. Of course we got the Humpter B3 tonight. This is actually debuting the Rain 1 with these new skins from 12-inch skins. What's kind of funny is that the Rain 12 72 combo was bigger, so the cables were more concealed. But like in this setup, the cables have to come out a little bit more because this is a smaller controller. Of course, we got our Rain 1. Of course, I have a static scene I'm using for most of the night. Let me show you how I set that up. Then when it's time, I just click this button. And the movers, they go and they turn on and they shine on the shiny disco ball. You know, this space where I'm at, I would have preferred to have this a little bit taller, but it just wasn't meant to be. Let's turn that off. That's back to our white scene. So there's a couple of scenes I want to show you. So this is the static looks. So edit it. Okay, these are my 2 new movers. Right now they're on through. I'm going to change them to disco ball. And this position, you can edit it right here from the menu. I widescreen that. I can choose like different positions and I can adjust them for this particular venue. The one I really care about is this disco ball. So I have them pointing at the disco ball. That's pretty nice. I'm pleased that there's no crescent shadow. I wish I was a little bit taller. I have disco ball, the static scene, so I might just have disco ball running. So these lights are just pointing there. And then with touch of the control one, I can change like the colors. Or just back to white. I can even strobe with it. But yeah. So I'm just gonna have that, and then my uplights will just be doing normal auto loop. So like this is going, my uplights are doing their thing. And then the disco ball's doing its thing. Pretty sweet. I'm using this Pro X motor. It's really low profile, so it's perfect for a situation like this. I'm using a gravity stand. And I'm using these cable clips, which are really handy, and they just travel with it in the bag. To be honest, this is an all-white setup, so I wish that these battery movers were white, and I could have gotten a white gravity stand, but I'm just not convinced that I need to quite yet. I may do so in the future. Even this, I thought about vinyling it or just buying a new white one, but I have not done that yet, so maybe someday. Of course, using the MacBook Pro. Still awaiting a white cable off of eBay. So all those cables are concealed. So in this venue hall, we're doing the reception and the ceremony all in one. So I don't need to have a separate speaker setup for that. So I didn't make a product review on this, but this is my first time using this ceremony system. This is the Sennheiser EWDX dual body pack. So I only need 1 receiver for 2 transmitters. So that's pretty exciting. So I could just plug this in, but I'm choosing not to because this is how I'm deploying it at like my future ceremonies. This is what I've been trying at home, so I'm just testing it out. So this needs 12 volts, 1 amp. And most of the battery packs that I have don't output that much. So this is powering it. I got this cable on Amazon, 5 volt to 12 volts adapter. And I bought these separately. These are some half-wave dipole antennas. I got this because I love and trust Sennheiser. They've been super reliable. And I like these receivers over like the body pack receivers. I just feel like they're a lot more reliable. And of course, I have to set the address differently than my reception setup microphone. Of course, I have a guitar pedal board. So I have a power strip right here with everything I need plugged in. I have a couple of extra IEC cables because I'm not running the 1272 combo, so they can just live down here tonight. I have my docking station. I have my wireless transmitter connected to my Control 1, living down here, operating great. A wireless microphone and my 6-channel mixer. You know, I was gonna put my 10-channel mixer in here, but it did not fit very well. So this fits better, but I feel like I'm compromising on the number of XLR inputs. So we're gonna make do today. Again, there's a ton of room beneath just to put all my cables and no one can see it. It's perfectly concealed. I love it. So we're using both IR4 uplights. So they asked for basic dance for lighting, so they don't want the lighting to be too crazy. So basically, I'm gonna have white light shining on that disco ball with the occasional changing of the color. And then these are just gonna kind of complement and contrast with those colors, so it'll just look great. And I got a white setup partially because I wanted the lights to reflect well off of it. I just didn't like the way it reflected off of black. So yeah, I love this look right now. I'm done showing you, so before guests come, let's just hit the blackout button. There we go, no lights. And we will be ready. Normally in a situation where the ceremony and the reception are in the same spot, I like to tuck away my lights. I don't like to display them. I like to hide them until it's time to use them. And I mean, like the shiny disco ball is like very noticeable, but this is a big room. I'm in the back corner, so I don't think it's gonna be a big issue. And I don't have a very big lighting setup. This is like pretty minimalist, so it should be good. Thank you, J-Maz, for putting those green blinking lights on the back. Welcome, the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Mendoza! Javier, bring your new wife to the dance floor. Make it alone, or keep a straight face. To share a dance with their parents. All the neighbors reading. It's not a Utah wedding without dirty soda.
I've had 20 years of memories and flashbacks.
My name is Brett. I'm Maddie's oldest brother, for those of you who don't know me.
Now that the gig is over, let's take a look at the battery life. 93%. It's actually pretty bright. Now that it's over, let me just test these things. Pretty bright. I need to add some GoHos into my project. Reliability will be the test of time, but as far as functionality, like core functionality and brightness, that's pretty good for a venue like this. All right, we're all packed up and ready to go home. I mean, it's not a huge setup, but a lot of the things in the setup are kind of big, like the Evox 12s, the Hump Trip B3. But when all packaged correctly, it all fits in pretty good. So I think this is good. as an event professional to do a retrospective at the end of each gig, celebrate the wins, acknowledge what you did right, and see like where you can improve. So all the tech worked really well. Like all the gear functioned really nicely, which I'm very grateful for. Most of that gear was its second time being used at a gig. Some of that gear was its first time. One of the product managers of Chauvet commented on my video of the review I did saying like, it's not very bright. JMAS doesn't push their 60 watt LED very hard. So I was worried it was not going to be very bright. It was pretty bright. I was pretty happy with the results. The disco ball was nice. There was no eclipse behind it. I think that it's a lot of effort to do just the disco ball, so I'm going to try something else in the future. I have a really cool product that's coming my way. As far as like the dance party, as someone that speaks Spanish, I feel like I do a lot of like mixed culture weddings where someone is like Latin and the other guy is white. I think tonight went pretty good. I think it was a pretty good balance. So what are your thoughts? Any feedback? Let me know down in the comments below, and please smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.